So as we wrap 2024 and head into 2025, here's a list of top stocks to keep on your radar. Mahima has assembled a list of 25 stocks. Over to you.
Right. So what we've done here is that we've had a lot of brokerages coming out with their top picks for 2025, and we've compiled a list of 25 stocks which have the highest upside, as well as stocks which are common across brokerages, and we've divided them sector-wise. The first sector that we've chosen is the BFSI space. We've seen a lot of positivity coming in from this space specifically. The growth levers include peaking of short rates, high credit growth, and low credit cuts, implying outperformance for the entire sector. Rising GDP trajectory driven by capex cycle will provide maximum alpha for the entire banking space. The top stocks in the banking space include Axis Bank, Nippon AMC, ICICI Bank, and SBI. Moving on to the next sector. Auto is the next sector in focus. Affluent household spend on, and this is on discretionary consumption. This will continue to rise as it has been in FY24, and strong demand in two-wheelers is something that will augur growth in the auto and auto ank space. The top picks in this space include Maruti Suzuki, SAMIL, as well as TVS. The next sector to watch out for will be real estate. Potential rate cuts by the RBI will provide a visibility and add visibility to this particular sector, and inventories are trending near lows, which implies that strong demand in real estate is continuing and will continue in 2025 is what the brokerages are saying. The top stocks in this sector include Ahluwalia Contracts and Godrej Properties. Moving on to the next sector. IT is the next sector where HSBC expects growth to pick up to 6 to 7%, but KPIT is the counter where brokerages are bullish on. KPIT will be able to deliver 17% revenue CAGR over FY24 to 27 is what they're saying. So KPIT is the top pick in the IT space. The next sector is entertainment and media. This is an interesting one because Z is the top pick that JM Financial has picked up. What they're saying is that post Z Sony merger falling off, Z has pivoted focus to profitable growth. And for a media company with 17% viewership share, it is undervalued as per JM Financial. So Z Entertainment is the top pick in the media and entertainment space. Moving on to the consumer durable space, premiumization and real estate will remain key drivers for this particular space, and increased domestic manufacturing in various categories will also augur growth for this particular sector. Havells and Cyan DLM are the two top picks in the consumer durable space. Next is pharma and the hospital segment, where significant capex cycle is underway for hospitals. We'll see 2025 to be significant for bed additions, and for the hospital, for the pharma space, this will benefit from the differentiated launches in the US. So the top stocks in this sector are Metropolis, Global Health, as well as Sun Pharma. Moving on to the next sector, capital goods will be the sector in focus, where private and PSU capex will pick up at a 17% and 12% CAGR. This is as per BOFA. And the drivers for PSU capex, the three factors include healthy balance sheets, strong operating cash flows, as well as energy transition. The stock to watch out in this sector specifically has been BHEL. Moving on to the next space is aviation. The topic in this space is Indigo. They're saying that strong competitive positioning for Indigo will stay, and discount to long-term valuation is unjustified. This is what HSBC is saying. And as I mentioned earlier, Indigo is the top stock to watch out for in the aviation space. Telecom space expects over 20% growth as per Jefferies going forward, and the rising ARPUs, slowing capex, and limited competition is going to be a positive for the margins. The top pick in this particular segment is Bharti Airtel. And lastly, energy is the segment where JSW Energy will be a beneficiary, and it will have an accelerated capacity addition and higher merchant tariff as well. The two picks in the energy space include JSW Energy and Coal India. So here you go. These are the top 25 stock ideas for 2025.
Well, look at that list. It is a long one. It took some effort, I'm sure, Mahima, but thank you for putting this all together for us. Viewers, you can take a snapshot of this. This is the consolidated list of the key names that people like. If you can just get that plate going, and yeah, this is the plate, right? And these are the 20 names, and then maybe 5 more. But yep, this is a consolidated list of all that. Mahima, can I ask you a follow-up question? If you remember the back of your hand, where is it from within this list was the conviction on earnings growth the most? Do you remember it? I remember one BHEL, there was some strong EBITDA growth, but is there something else that stood out for you?
I think Axis Bank was the one counter that was common across a lot of brokerages. So this was one counter which came, common across a lot of brokerages.
Okay, so Axis is a common name across a lot of brokerages. From an earnings growth perspective, I distinctly remember JM Financial, at least one of them, saying that the EBITDA of BHEL could really rise strongly. So, Neeraj Devan, I'm going to come to you first. Axis Bank, a common favorite, BHEL, a potentially high earnings growth stock. Do you like either of them? Why or why not?
The Axis Bank definitely, because I'm positive on the strong private sector banks, whether it's HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank. I think they should continue doing well. And Axis Bank, valuation-wise, is more attractive than ICICI Bank at these levels. So Axis Bank definitely would for the next 1 year also can give outperforming return. But BHL, I'm not so sure because BHL, we've seen, till now, there have been so many quarters people have been talking about earnings improving, earning growth. So order book is there, but we're not seeing anything as far as the earnings are concerned. I need to see a couple of quarters of good earnings, profitability coming back, even at EBITDA level, operating profit, some growth visible on the numbers to give me a call on BHL. BHL, for now, I think it's more of a hope trade that the order book is strong and execution will pick up and being a caps good stock, once execution picks up, there can be a multiplier effect on the earnings, but I'm still not convinced till I see the numbers there.
Okay, and Kunal, let me come to you on this one. Exactly, 3% lower on Axis today. A little bit of volumes pressuring the stock. What's your sense from here on?
Yeah, I think on the technical charts, I'll just put an historical data that is from the year 2024 May. The stock had started to take a support at around the mark of 1100. From that May till now, the stock has bounced back 6 times from those levels, that is 1100. And today that level has been breached. And in technical terms, it is said that when supports are tested multiple number of times and there are no follow-up moves and the breakdown comes in, the fall would be much steeper. So I think for me, the structure looks quite weak for Axis Bank from the current levels. It can easily slide down to the mark of 1030, 1020 for a short-term perspective. And if you look at a long term, I will not be surprised even if the stock goes below the 4-figure mark as well.
Okay. Any IPOs that interest you, if I can ask you, Neeraj?
No, not really. Not really looked at. But I think one DAMS, which is open now, that can be interesting because research, wealth management, those businesses are the ones which are going to grow. From these levels also, you can still see very good growth. So that one IPO, I think, looks interesting to me. I think there is definitely something on the table, even for listing gains, as far as that is concerned. Besides that, no other IPO I really looked at.
Okay, stay on, gentlemen. We'll need to slip into a very quick break. On the other side, we'll get you top buy today, sell tomorrow picks from Kunal. Of course, get in my colleagues, Sajit Mangat, for example, to come in and talk about SME IPOs and the news flow around them and more. Stay tuned.